Question number 451. According to Section 5 of the Transfer Property Act 1882, living person includes option A, company or association or body of individuals, individual human beings only important company or association, none of the above. Here correct answer is option A, that is company or association or body of individuals. Question number 452. Under the provisions of Section 6 of Transfer Property Act, a mere right of re-entry for breach of a condition subsequent cannot be transferred to anyone except the owner of the property affected thereby. Option A, the statement is true. Option B, the statement is false. Option A, the statement is partly true, and option D, none of the above. Here correct answer is option A, the statement is true. Question number 453. Under which provision of Section 9 of the TPA the transfer includes? Also oral transfer, written transfer only A is correct, only B is correct. Here correct answer is option A, transfer also includes oral transfer. Question number 454. Possession of a manager cannot be treated as ostensible ownership with the consent of the real owner. This was held in the case of Shishu Mullah versus M. Shah versus Sayyid Abdul Rashid, AIR 1991. Question number 455. The object of Section 57 of TPA is to option A, facilitate the sale of encumbered estates by taking the encumbrances of the title before sale. Option B is not to facilitate the sale of encumbered estates by taking the encumbrances of the title before sale. Option C, only B is correct, and option D, none of the above. Here correct answer is option A, facilitate the sale of encumbrances estates by taking the encumbrance of the title before sale. Question number 456. Within the meaning of Section 58 of Transfer Property Act, a mortgage is a transfer of an interest in a specific immovable property as a security for the repayment of debt. Here options are: such interest itself is immovable property, such interest is not immovable property, question of interest does not arise, none of the above. Correct answer is option A, such itself is a immovable property. Question number 457. The doctrine of a clause on the equity of redemption is a rule of justice, equity and good conscience. This was reaffirmed by the Supreme Court in Murari Lal versus Devkaran, AIR 1965. Question number 458. A condition converting a mortgage into a sale is invalid as a clause on the equity of redemption. This was affirmed in the case of Gangadhar versus Shankarlal, AIR 1958. This is the correct answer. Question number 459. When a mortgage acquires a portion of equity of redemption, the mortgage is not extinguished completely. There can be only a pro tanto extinguishment of the mortgage right to the extent of the mortgagee acquiring the mortgage's interest. And so far as the other sharer of the equity of redemption is concerned, the mortgage will subsist. This was held in the case of Satyapal versus Rakaiya by AIR 1993, Madhunan versus Madhav, AIR 1994. Here correct answer is Madhav versus Madhav, AIR 1994. Question number 460. Section 60B recognizes the right of the mortgagor to inspection and copies of deeds of title relating to the mortgage property which are in the custody of the mortgage. This statement is true. Question number 461. The law will not allow the mortgagor to discharge a debt before the prescribed period in a manner not contemplated in a contract. This ruling refers to Section 62 of the Transfer Property Act. Question number 462. Under Section 70 of Transfer Property Act 1882, the natural accessions are additions to the security and becoming incorporated in it are subject to redemption, not to be redeemed, further accession, none of the above. Correct answer is option A, that is redemption. Question number 463. The provisions for the improvements to the mortgage property is dealt in Section 62 of TPA, Section 63 of TPA, Section 63A of TPA, Section 63B of TPA. Correct answer is option C, that is Section 63 of Transfer Property Act 1882. Question number 464. In case of a mortgage lease, if the mortgage obtains a renewal of the lease, the mortgagor upon redemption shall not have the benefit of a new lease, shall have the benefit of new lease, shall have benefit of previous lease, none of the above. Here correct answer is option B, that is shall have the benefit of new lease. Question number 465. The provision of renewal of mortgage lease is dealt in, correct answer is Section 64 of the Transfer Property Act. Question number 466. The provisions of the implied contracts by mortgage is dealt in the Section 64 of the Transfer Property Act, Section 65 of the Transfer Property Act, Section 65A of the Transfer Property Act, none of the above. Here correct answer is option B, that is Section 65 of the Transfer Property Act. Question number 467. When a mortgagor dies, his heir is liable to pay the public charges, visit government revenue and municipal taxes. This statement is true within the meaning of Section 65 of the Transfer Property Act 1882. This is the correct answer. Question number 468. Within the meaning of Section 65A of Transfer Property Act, mortgagors shall have the power to make lease thereof which shall be binding on the mortgagee. Option A, such power to lease is subject to provision of subsection 2. Such power is wrong. Such power is not provided in the Transfer Property Act. And D, none of the above. Here, correct answer is option A. Such power to lease is subject to the provision of subsection 2. Question number 469. The mortgagee's power to lease would be made in the ordinary course of management of the property in accordance with any local law, custom or usage. The statement is correct. Question number 470. If a decree for redemption is made, a suit for foreclosure or sale would be barred, especially as a redemption decree itself provides for sale or foreclosure in default of payment. Option A, statement refers to provision 67 of the Transfer Property Act. Option B, statement refers to provision 68 of the TPA. Option C, statement refers to provision 69 of TPA. And D, none of the above. Correct answer is option A. Statement refers to provision 67 of the Transfer Property Act. Question number 471. Within the means of Section 67 Transfer Property Act, option A, simple mortgage cannot be foreclosed as the real right transferred is a right of sale. This is a correct answer. Question number 472. Section 67 Clause D of Transfer Property Act is the corollary to the last clause of Section 60 and rests on the same principle of the individuality of the mortgage security. The reason has been discussed in option A, Narinder Narayan versus Dwarkalal Mundan, option B, Ram Sahai versus Devi Deen, option C, Neelkant versus Suresh Chandar 1886, and option D, none of the above. Here correct answer is option C, that is Neelkant versus Suresh Chandar 1886. Question number 473. When the mortgagee or if there are several mortgagees, all the mortgagees acquire by purchase of or inheritance or otherwise a share of the request pro anto and they may recover the balance of the debt against the residue of the property. This was decided in the case of option A, Arunachalam Chetty versus Ramaswamy. Option B, Visheshwar Dayal versus Ram Sarup. Option C, Narayan Rao versus Mr. Chotebai. And option D, none of the above. Here correct answer is option B, Visheshwar Dayal versus Ram Sarup 1900. Question number 474. A mortgage who holds two or more mortgages executed by the sum mortgagor in respect of each of which he has a right to obtain the same kind of decree. The liability propounded in correct answer is option C, Section 67 of TPA. Question number 475. Provision of Section 67A shall not apply if the mortgagor sues for foreclosure on mortgage and for sale of the another mortgage. If the mortgagor is minor, if the mortgagor is insane, any suit. Here it has been asked, provision of Section 67A shall not apply. Option A is the correct answer. Question number 476. What is true about Section 68 of TPA? A mortgagee having the right to exercise a power of sale under 69 shall, subject to the provisions of subsection 2, be entitled to appoint a receiver. The statement is correct, is not correct, is ambiguous. Option D, based on the provision of Section 70. Here correct answer is option A. It is, as this statement is correct. Question number 477. Where the mortgage property is a lease and the mortgagor obtains a renewal of lease, then the mortgagee shall not for the purpose of security be entitled to new lease. Option B, the mortgagee shall for the purpose of security be entitled to new lease. And option C, mortgagee shall not be entitled to new lease. And option D, mortgagee shall be entitled to interest. Here correct answer is option B, the mortgagee shall for the purpose of security be entitled to new lease. Question number 478. If the mortgagor has not insured against fire, the mortgagee is authorized to insure and to add the premium to the mortgage debt. This is a provision under option A, Section 73 of TPA, Section 72, Section 71, Section 70. Here correct answer is option B. Section 72 of the Transfer Property Act 1882. Question number 479. Section 81 of the Transfer Property Act applies for the mortgage of immovable property and not to the hypothecation of option A immovable property, option B movable property, option C hire purchase goods, option D installment payments. Here correct answer is option B movable property. Question number 480. The principle of marshalling applies only where there is a common debtor and not to case of more than one debtor mortgaging their separate property jointly for contracting the debt. This principle pertains to correct answer is option B, Section 81 of the Transfer Property Act 1882. Question number 481. Where the property subject to a mortgage belongs to two or more persons having distinct and separate rights to ownership therein, then the different shares in or parts of such property owned by such persons are option A not liable to contribute ratably to the debt secured by the mortgage, liable to contribute ratably to the debt secured by the mortgage, liable to contribute interest part only, option D none of the above. Here correct answer is option B, liable to contribute ratably to the debt secured by the mortgage. Question number 482. Where two properties belong to same owner, one property is mortgaged to secure one debt and both properties are mortgaged to secure another debt and the former debt is paid out of the former property. Each property is liable to contribute ratably to the latter after deducting the amount of former debt from the value of the property out of which it has been paid. Here correct answer is option A only. Question number 483. If the mortgagee buys a share in the equity of the redemption but not a share in the property itself, he has paid a higher price and a liability to discharge that share of mortgage that is on the mortgager and not on him. Then option A, he cannot enforce the whole of the mortgage debt against the rest of the property. Option B, he can enforce the whole of the mortgage debt against the rest of the property. Option C, he can enforce only a part of the mortgage debt. And option D, none of the above. Here correct answer is option B, he can enforce the whole of the mortgage debt against the rest of the property. Question number 484. Section 100 of the Transfer Property Act shall not apply to the charge of transferee on the trust property for expenses property incurred in the execution of his trust, and no charge shall be enforced against any property in the hands of a person who such property has been transferred for consideration and without the notice of the charge. Correct answer is option A. Question number 485. In a charge of order of TPA, there is no transfer of an interest in the property, but the creation of the right of payment out of the property specified, and such it cannot be enforced against a bona fide purchaser for value. This was decided in the case of correct answer is option C, Chanduram versus Municipal Commissioner AIR 1951. Question number 486. The High Court may make rules under the TPA, but such rules, option A, prevail over the general terms of the CPC. This is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Question number 487. Quae prior est tempore, proteor est jure means he who is first in time is first in law. Option A is the right answer. Question number 488. The provision of Section 106 of the Transfer Property Act was substituted by the TPA Amendment Act 2002. The provision came into force with effect from correct answer is option A, 31st December 2002. Question number 489. The amendment of the Transfer Property Act 1882 in the year 2002 amended Section 100, Section 106, Section 108, Section 110. Here correct answer is option B, that is Section 106. Question number 490. A lease of immovable property from year to year or for any term exceeding 1 year or reserving a yearly rent can be made only by an ordinary instrument, by unregistered instrument, by registered instrument, by written instrument. Here correct answer is option C, that is by registered instrument. Question number 491. Within the meaning of Section 108 of Transfer Property Act, both the lessor and the lessee possess the rights along with the liabilities. The statement is correct. Question number 492. A lease of immovable property can be determined. Question number 493. Section 112 of the Transfer Property Act provides for the waiver for the forfeiture, but where rent is accepted after the institution of a suit to eject the lessee on the ground of forfeiture, such acceptance is forfeiture, is not forfeiture, is a determination of lease, is a transfer of lease. Here correct answer is option B, that is not forfeiture. Question number 494. A notice under Section 111 of the TPA can be waived, option A, by express or implied consent of the person to whom it is given, by implied consent of the person to whom it is given, by express consent of the person to whom it is given, by notice from either party. Correct answer is option A, by express or implied consent of the person to whom it is given. Question number 495. Section 114 of the Transfer Property Act affords protection to the tenant against forfeiture while the tenant enjoys the immunity from eviction for default in the payment of rent. The landlord gets the corresponding benefit of recovery even such areas are not legally recoverable. Such a equitable provision as is in graft shall govern only to such an extent which does not run counter to any specific statutory provision. This was held in. Correct answer is option A. It was held in Shyam Bhagwan Dubey versus Sheikh Nizam AIR 1994. Question number 496. On an exchange of money, which party gives warrants the genuineness of the money given by him? The provision is dealt in. Correct answer is option B, that is section 121 of the Transfer Property Act. Question number 497. In case of immovable property, the transfer must be effected by a registered instrument signed by or on behalf of the donor and attested by at least 2 witnesses. This is the right answer. Question number 498. In case of gift of movable property, the transfer may be effected either by a registered instrument signed or by delivery, and such delivery may be made in the same way as goods sold may be delivered. Here correct answer is option A. This is a part of the provision under section 123 of the Transfer Property Act 1882. Question number 499. A gift to 2 or more donees of whom one does not accept it is option C, voidable at the option of the donor. Question number 500. Where the gift consists of donor's whole property, the donee is personally liable for all the debts due and liabilities of the donor at the time of the gift to the extent of the property compromised therein. Here correct answer is option A. This is the provision under section 128 of the TPA. Question number 501. This chapter deals with the gift under TPA. Option A applies to Mohammedan gifts also. Option B does not apply to Mohammedan gift, and option C applies to all caste, creed, etc. Option D applies to Parsi gift only. Here correct answer is option B, does not apply to Mohammedan gift. Question number 502. Every notice of transfer of an actionable claim shall be in writing, signed by the transferor or his agent, or in case the transferor refuses to sign, by the transferee or his agent, and shall state the name and address of the transferee. This is the provision under option A, section 130A of TPA, option B, section 130 of TPA, option C, section 131 of TPA, and option D is not relevant under TPA. Here correct answer is option A, section 130A of TPA. Question number 503. The Transfer Property Act defines the phrase attached to earth but gives no definition of immovable property beyond excluding standing similar growing crops and grass. Option A. These are not double excluded because they are only useful as timber, corn and fodder after they are severed from the land. Here A is the correct answer. Question number 504. Improvements to mortgage property is provided in which of the following section of TPA? Here correct answer is option C, section 63A. Question number 505. Doctrine which required that the transferor must deliver the subsequently acquired property to the transferee who acted upon his false representation and did harm to himself by paying money for what he could not get is called option A, rule against unjust enrichment, option B, implied consent, option C, feeding the grant by estoppel, option D, doctrine of substantial compliance. Correct answer is option C, that is feeding the grant by estoppel. Question number 506. A document required to be registered under section 17 clause 1 to A of Registration Act 1908 is not registered, then the documents will have no effect for the purpose of dash of Transfer Property Act 1882. Here correct answer is option B, that is section 53A. Question number 507. Which of the following is not governed by the Transfer Property Act? Onerous gift, mortis causa gift, universal gift, gift to disqualified person. Correct answer is option B. Mortis causa gift is not governed by the Transfer Property Act 1882. Question number 508. Which of the following doctrine finds application in section 41 of the Transfer Property Act 1882? Option A, doctrine of holding out, option B, doctrine of feeding the grant by estoppel, option C, doctrine of lis pendens, option D, doctrine of acquiescence. Correct answer is option A, doctrine of holding out. Question number 509. Under the Transfer Property Act, which one of the following is not correctly matched? Option A, Transfer by ostensible owner, section 41. Fraudulent transfer, section 53. Doctrine of listment, section 52. Doctrine of part performance, 53b. This is not correctly matched. This is section 53a. Doctrine of part performance, section 53a. Here in this question it has been asked which of the following is not correctly matched. So option D will be here be the right answer. Question number 510. Under section 104 of the Transfer Property Act 1882, whom the power of making rule is conferred? Option A, state government. Option B, central government. Option C, High Court. And option D, Supreme Court. Correct answer is option C, that is High Court. Question number 511. A notice under section 111 of the TPA can be waived. A, by express or implied consent of the person to whom it is given. Option B, by implied consent to the person to whom it is given. Option B, by express consent of the person to whom it is given. Option D, by notice from either party. Here correct answer is option A, by express or implied consent to the person to whom it is given. Question number 512. The Supreme Court laid down the distinction between rent and premium in option A, Commissioner of Income Tax versus Panbadi Tea Company. Option B, Mangilal versus Sugan Chand. And option C, Associated Hotel of India versus R.N. Kapoor. And option D, none of the above. In question number 512, the correct answer is option A, Commissioner of Income Tax versus Panbadi Tea Company. Question number 513. In the matters of waste by the mortgager in possession of the mortgage property, the mortgager's liability comes into question when option A, he does not prevent the property from being deteriorated. Option B, the waste of property occurred by his omission. Option C, he does not any act which is destructive but the security is sufficient. Option D, he does any act which is destructive but the security is insufficient. Correct answer is option D, he does any act which is destructive but the security is insufficient. Here we will wind up this MCQ session of Transfer Property Act. It is my humble request, please subscribe this video, please like this video and share with your friends. Thank you so much.